Hi, today we're going to be taking a look at how you can use PDF Butler to create a gift card. Quite a nice little use case which incorporates our ability to create a barcode as well. I'll just zoom in there. So I've done it in this slightly different shape, and it's taking some information from this custom object, creating a barcode using this formula field, just with some images. And I'm not a graphic designer, so yeah, this is obviously not the best look, but it's a Word template. So we'll start there, and I'll show you how you can put this together. So the first thing you're going to need is your template. So I've made one which has a particular set of dimensions here. And because I want to put pictures and text kind of with quite a not too unique, but in a certain way so that I can control where everything is, it's worth using tables. And then you can make the borders of those tables. So, when you put the table in initially, it's going to have all these borders. If you select no border, then that's going to allow you to shift things around without worrying that things are going to move on to the next page, or, certain bits are kind of escaping where they should be. This link is just a URL in the Word document. So the ability to do that is all about in Word. So you add a hyperlink and then you can edit it. So this just directs to a page on our website. And then this is just another image here in kind of our orange. Now, the only kind of special bit today, if you click on this image placeholder, which you can get from our website, or you can use anything really image-wise to put that in, you click layout, you click selection pane, and then you need to give this placeholder a merge field, just like everything else. What I've also done, you'll notice there's kind of a border on it and a little shadow. So if you go to picture format, you can use some of these presets. And yeah, I think I'm just using the very first one there to give that a little border and a shadow around it, because in this use case, people want to be able to scan it maybe on screen, or they want to be able to print it. So that just gives it a slightly different look. So what do we do to configure that after we've got the template sorted? We need our data source. So I've used the SOCL builder. I've gone to the gift card object and I've selected all of my custom fields that I want from there. And then I've also gone through the gift card contact to pick up the email and the full name that I'm going to be using. So all through the data source there. And then on the gift card, we've got the record ID. And if I show the API names, I can see that that's coming up as just ID. So then in my filters, I'll want to add, and you've got to, it's a bit useful if I put this back on. Here we go. ID, so fourth from the bottom there, because it's actually called record ID. I always struggle to see that, equals record ID. So that is going to match the record that you're on. So we're sat on this record and we want to press this button. And that means it's going to look for the Salesforce data that matches the record ID that we're on. So we press add, and then you have your SOCL query ready to go. Then we need to create our .config. This is a main Word document, and I've got some merge fields in the title. We'll configure those first, and then I want to open PDF Butler, which takes us to this screen. I want to upload my file, so I'll do that and save to server. That's going to upload the docx that I've created. I want to add my data source. So I've got loads and loads in here, but I've already added that one of gift card. And then I want to do all of these different config types. So in the title, the actual, if someone downloads this PDF, you're going to want those two merge fields. So on the .config, I've got these two here, title contact name and title owner name. And I configure them like this. So you would press add config type, and you would choose title, you would choose the gift card data source, and then you would choose what you want to go in there. So if you're going to do contact name, I would use gift card contact name. That's going to be their full name. And then as you start to type that title one, I always put title in it. You don't have to, just so I can differentiate between merge fields that are on the document. Title contact name, and that's it. And you do obviously have the ability to capitalize, perhaps if the data has been entered. Maybe, you know, this is integrating with a website and someone's put Michael with a lowercase m, and you want to format it, then that's possible too. And then the same thing with the owner name. This is just going to say, you know, who it's from. Perhaps, you know, in this case, you know, that wouldn't be a Salesforce user, but in this case it is. And then the rest of these are quite simple. So date fields, you just choose single. And then because it's a date field in Salesforce, you get this option of formatting, and you can do completely custom formatting if you want to as well. I wonder if I've got any old examples in here, might know. But yeah, there's full documentation on this if you want to see about creating something special, different patterns that you might want to do. So if you wanted a pattern like this, you can copy this into that custom box. The rest of the fields, are just singles. Text area for the short message, as it's a text, a short or long text box in Salesforce, and then the barcode. So the barcode, you want to choose type barcode. You want to choose the data sources gift card, and you want to choose the field that is going to populate this barcode. Now, in my example, this is just a formula, which is a contraction field of a couple of these other fields. So it's the date field, it's the amount, and it's the auto number gift card, just so that it's always kind of different for demonstration purposes. That is then you just need to choose the type of barcode you want. Type 128 is the most common, but we can deal with all of these, as you can see. And then this bit of advice is important as well. So it's difficult for us to know exactly how big your document's going to be. So this is the initial dimensions, the kind of ratio, and then we scale it based on these options as well. So if you imagine, you know, what sort of ratio are you going to want for the barcode, and then we'll scale it based on the placeholder. So feel free, you know, to start with 100, and you can edit it from there. You will get pretty good results most of the time anyway, but contact us in support if you do struggle with that, or the kind of concept behind it. I save all of that, and then on the page layout, I just need to put the .config ID or the record ID in Salesforce. I always like to copy this one, because if you do, it means that you're not going to have to change them when you go from sandbox to production. Copy that into here, add any sort of subtitle that you want. I've got an overwrite for the delivery type, so in this case I just want to view it. I don't want to automatically save it every time. That's possible, and you've got that save button on there. And then what we've also got is a pack. So I press this here, send gift card by email. That is picking up a lightning email template and sending that off to John Smith. And yeah, it's got the attachment on it, and it's also just got a link to some information about how to redeem it. So how do you do that? That's going to be contained in another video about how to send emails with packs. Any questions, as ever, get in touch, support@pdfbutler.com.